So, hi guys, I'm Grace, and I'm going to be trying to upload all of our HSL replays to our StarCraft YouTube channel. And I'm going to try to analyze the game so we can all look back and see what really went wrong in any of the games, see what went well, and just overall have some sort of strategy analysis we can improve as a team. And so this is our first week of Oakton High School versus Highlands, and this first game is DragonKing versus Defektive. Oh no, Defektive and Detective. I was kind of confused looking at these two replays. They both have very similar names, but it's a TVT. So here, spawning in the top left side on Frost Alley is our very own DragonKing. He's the purple Terran. On the other side of the map, on the top right, is Defektive, the orange Terran. So DragonKing is slightly ahead than Defektive right now, and I'm guessing that's really just difference in skill level. I think right now he is a gold Terran. I can't remember. I don't remember the state of the ladder back then, but right now I believe this is probably like a gold level game right now. So he's sending out his SCV across the map, and yes, there's a bit of banter going on in the chat. So I've actually never casted a TVT before, so barracks going down for Bennett. His first barracks going down, and so far it's just mirror builds. It's just, I guess, once again, difference in leaks, so one person is slightly faster than the other. Scouting the top left, or the bottom left, he's not going to see anything. And it's kind of interesting because I remember from our experience last year in the HSL, we faced a lot of masters, a lot of diamonds, so it's kind of nice actually to have this sort of a game where both people aren't exactly at the highest skill level. So we'll see how it goes. The game's pretty slow right now. I'm thinking about speeding up a bit. Bennett's getting his first gas right now. He's making some more SCVs, and this guy. Alright, yeah, this game, it's really just, you can tell that his macro isn't really that good. He's hovering at around 500 minerals. He's starting his orbital command. Oh, never mind, Defektive is bronze. Well, there we go. That explains a lot. And so just to explain kind of what our format is, we have an A team, we have a B team. It looks like this team probably has the same thing. We have our A team composed of our highest ranked, our most skilled players, and the B team consisting of our bronze to silver players who don't really want to compete or aren't really at the competitive level yet. So reactor starting for Bennett, and Defektive is getting double gas, and he's putting down his expansion. Bennett sees it with his SCV. His SCV is ultimately going to die. That is great micro. Bennett is also starting his expansion, and once again, I don't really see any real tech choices yet. The factory is now going down for Bennett though, so we'll see what that turns into. I'm not really sure what those pings are. His macro's a lot better now for Defektive. Or not. That's 8 SCVs that he's hovering on. Once again, it's a pretty slow game. I'm just going to keep following and watching around what's going on. Second gas going down for Bennett, just finishing right now. He's lifting up his barracks, his factory is finishing up. I like he's going to lift it up and put it down next to reactor. Dustin's showing off some BM. Defektive is now starting his reactor on his barracks, also finishing up his factory, and overall, like, once again, I don't really see any real differences so far in build orders. Bennett is starting up some Hellions, he's putting in a starport. Alright, so this is where the game is starting to get interesting. Now, if we go to, I guess, Defektive's vision, he still has not scouted, alright? So that's kind of quite a problem. He hasn't even found out where his opponent is. He has no idea what his opponent is doing right now. Whereas we go back to Bennett, he scouted, he knows what he's doing, so we're going to follow this Hellion around and see what he manages to do with it. He's going to try to do some sort of economic damage and try to penetrate through into his worker line. I'm not too sure how well it's going to work out. I do remember spectating this game before, but I don't quite remember exactly what happened. So here we are. Does he see the? Okay, well now he sees it. Yeah, that bunker is fine. That bunker. Bennett's not going to be able to really do much here. That Hellion is really low. One SCV down. I think. I guess I'll just keep this open right now. It's not too much. The micro going down. Bennett is starting combat shield. 2 more Hellions are coming across the map. That Hellion still has not died. It's actually quite good. That mule placement. So yeah, it's a gold Terran versus a bronze Terran. Really, like, I think that this guy's biggest problem is his macro. He's still hovering at 800 and 600. He's 31 supply. Not saying that Bennett's macro is perfect either, but he's definitely a lot further ahead. So now Bennett, he's starting to make some. He's made, yeah, his combat shield is going to be finishing up soon. He's starting another tech lab on his factory. And, well, yeah. Defektive starting to make some oil mines. I'm not too sure how effective those will be. Unless, well, actually Bennett's probably just going to blindly, well, he needs to burrow those. There you go, he's trying once again, and that's not going to work out. So he's just going to return home now, just go to the watchtower and just hold on. So here we go, we have a drop coming on. And once again, like, Defektive, he has no map awareness set up, he has no... Yeah, his macro is alright until now. Now, see, that's the thing about good macro. Anyone can keep up their macro when they're not being bothered, but once you're under that pressure and you're able to keep everything up, that's the most important thing. Like, I know, even when you're in gold, when you're in platinum, you still have that problem where you can macro just fine in the beginning of the game, but when it comes to being under pressure like this, that money is going to spike. So right now he's still sitting at 2,000 minerals. Bennett's going through, he's doing some pretty decent damage. The reaction time is very slow though. Oh no, don't clump that up! Alright, so let's see, how many workers were killed? Jesus, I don't even remember this stuff anymore. 9 workers. He needs to load up, he needs to run away. Alright, so that's 9 workers killed, that is pretty good. And we can see here, Bennett, he's starting up stim. Defektive is starting up his Banshees. So it's... I don't think these Banshees will do very much at all. He hasn't researched Cloak. He doesn't have any add-ons for this barracks. I'm not quite sure what we're looking at. Bennett's supply blocked right now though. But Defektive is now starting up his another command center. I mean, that makes sense. He needs to spend that money, really. That mule placement again. Bennett is also starting up his 3rd command center. So yeah, like, you can just see this base really needs to get saturated. There are no SCVs in queue, if you notice, which is a really big problem for him. He has full energy on this orbital command center, and his mules, I mean, he does end up moving them, but they aren't really being used to the best of their ability. He has a couple of Hellions just sitting around right here. Bennett, it looks like he's coming in for round 2 of the drops. I'm going to go ahead and open this up to see if anything happens. And here we go. This Banshee is coming out across the map. Bennett should see that though, because it passed through the watchtower, but it doesn't look like he's actually reacted yet. That is a pretty solid defense. So if you notice, although that's not bad, but you see how Defektive still hasn't scouted yet? So he has no idea where Bennett is. So this Banshee in the corner, it's not going anywhere. So that's already 11 SCVs killed, likely to increase. Well, that's a pretty bad micro by Bennett. Yeah, at this point I was lagging, so I just dropped out, I believe. So going back to Bennett, he did see, at least he is reacting to the Banshee. He's building a missile turret here. At least I'm hoping that's in reaction. He still hasn't taken the second gas at his natural though. He has a pretty solid defense here. I don't believe that there is any way that this guy's going to penetrate. That's some pretty solid macro already going down. Whereas Defektive, like, I can't stress that enough, he really needs to start spending his money. He has 3,000, that's 3k in the bank right now, and especially this base, he really needs to just saturate up. It's good that he's starting up the SCV protection again, but where is this line rallied? Hold on. Okay, so I guess that is where his SCVs are traveling. He has a fusion core that's building in the middle of the map, which Bennett can clearly see from his watchtower. Sure, he's not really understanding what that's all about, but he'll see it soon. So he's finished his gas as is natural. He's starting up he's starting up 1-1 for his army. And yeah, he just sort of killed the SCV now. What was that? Oh Jesus. Alright. He's turning this into an orbital command. And I can't. This orbital command is still not being saturated. Well, now he's moving out with some Hellions. We can watch how this goes. I don't think he's going to do this. Bennett sees this ahead of time. He's just he's move commanding straight through the entire army. He's going to travel in. He's going to see that third base. At the meantime, though, this drop is being well micromanaged, and yeah, those Banshees just sort of were obliterated. This Banshee's definitely going to go down as well. This drop is going to do a lot of damage. That orbital command is likely good to go down if Bennett shoots it with the rest of his army. I guess not. It stars up the mules. See, that's the thing. I think the biggest problem here is, well, obviously, this base that still has not been saturated at the 16-minute mark, and this difference in supply, 36 to 129. Bennett is starting to lay siege to the main base, and really, this game is pretty much over. I'm guessing some Widow Mines did a bit of damage here, but it's not really something that can stop him. So, yeah, that's GG. This orbital command, that's going to burn down. And really, this game was just an issue of macro. So yeah, GG is called, and that's it. End of the game. So yeah, thank you. That was the end of game 1 for Oakton High School versus Highlands. And so that was right now the score is 1-0 in favor of Oakton. And yeah. And I'll see you guys in the next game.